Alrighty. Let me know if you can hear me, if I'm too loud, but let's get this thing rolling. Hello, everybody. Thank you to those of you who have joined, those of you who will join. I'm very excited to do this, sort of celebrating that life of Sir Sean Connery. What a legend. I'm very excited to do this. This is kind of the way I would like to mourn just a little bit, just because he was such a fantastic actor. Of course, I've loved him from James Bond to Entrapment to Hunting for Red October, I believe is what it was called. But what I have planned is very simple. Very, very simple. Nothing too extravagant. Just kind of getting with you guys out on Facebook. Just one, because of COVID, and two, because you can get a big group of people here in one spot. And what I'm going to do is showcase a couple of artwork that I have done in the past of 007. So kind of getting everybody in the picture, but then the rest of the stream will just be me doing a live drawing sketch, not a whole finished drawing. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so let's see. Let's showcase. This is the most recent artwork that I've done. This one I'm very, very, very proud of. I used Procreate installed on my iPad to create this magnificent piece of work, if I do say so myself, because I absolutely love it. You've got the Bonds in order from left to right. Sean Connery, may he rest in peace, on the left. Then we got George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, then my personal favorite, Pierce Brosnan, and then we have Daniel Craig. But some of you may ask, who is that above? That is the man himself, the one who wrote the books, Ian Fleming. That is who that is. I absolutely love this picture. I am open if some viewers out there, either during the live stream or post after this is published, if you would like a copy, I'll be more than happy to negotiate prices and get you a copy of this, just because I know there are plenty of other Bond fans out there just like myself. The other one that I had done ages ago, but it was done by hand, because this one is done digitally. The other Bond that I did back in, let's see, I think it's dated September 18th, 2015. I did this one. This one is a 3 foot by 2 foot, if I'm not mistaken. I actually still have it here at the house. This one is the first one that I did. I think, I'm trying to remember why I did this. Other than the fact that I really wanted it, because I'm a huge Bond fan. I think it was maybe a movie was coming out. I don't know. There was some excitement that I had. But this one is all graphite. This is various densities of graphite with a Sharpie accent on the corners. And if I move, you can see my signature and the date right there. Vodka martini, shaken but not stirred. I am not drinking a vodka martini. I am drinking coffee. Some pumpkin spice coffee. Because it's delicious. Some of you are thinking, why? Why coffee now? What? It's 6 o'clock at night, Nick. Yeah, well, because it's delicious. But yeah, so let's see. Without any further ado, I gotta set up the whatchamacallit camera. So let me go ahead and do that right. Meow. All right. Poof. Voila. Look at that. Magic of camera editing. Oh, I had that background music, right? Yeah, okay, cool. We're good. We're good. Can't just sit in absolute silence while I just sit here. Oh, I forgot my glove. Right back. Stare at my previous drawing that I was doing of Sean Connery for funsies. 1 second. Wah! I am back. I apologize for that small inconvenience. However, I did seem to misplace my artist's glove. So instead, we'll be using my homeless man's glove. Alrighty. Let's see, let's get it cracking. Alright. So, actually I had the reference. Let me put up that reference. Look at that. Look at that sexy man. We're going to be drawing that there version of Sean Connery. So this is going to be a fun little sketch sesh. Maybe, who knows, maybe y'all learn a couple of things or two. Maybe I'll learn a couple of things or two in the process. Let's go ahead and shrink them a little bit, so that way you guys can see the interface that is of my iPad. All right. So first, let's see. Let's pick something you can see. That's the ink. What about the sketch? Oh, you can see that. Yeah, that's fine. So I've created 2 layers here. One here is going to be for like the base, to capture the pose, to capture the placement, everything. The layer on top of that is going to be the details, the deets, if you will. So let's go ahead and start creating that pose, that iconic looking pose. All right, let's see. See how much room we got here. Okay, yeah, we're going to be working. Yeah, we'll do a landscape for this. I think that'll be good. That'll just be a rough sketch. Nothing too crazy. His head seems to be tilting to the right of our view and up just a little bit. So there's his magnificent dome. Then the base of his neck kind of cocks off to our left just a touch. So let's put that base. All right, how big is my eraser? Oh, that's not big at all. Oh, that's not big at all. Okay, there you go. That's better. Right there, about there. We'll get that collarbone, neckline, and then his left shoulder, our right, drops down. So in reference to where that jaw would be, I like to exaggerate my poses a little bit, so it's not gonna look exactly like it, but we're gonna get the gist. So his shoulder line kind of does this, right? Because he's leaning on something. We can tell that much. His other shoulder, that's the base of his ear. Got like a right angle right there. So there's his other shoulder. Booyah. And then we'll get that other arm right around there somewhere. Work in where his hand is gonna be. Right about, we'll see there. I don't want to get too married to it, just because there's room for tons and tons of changes. The reason why I'm wearing this glove too, by the way, is just so that way I don't accidentally... I have an artist glove, I swear I do. I'll have to do another live stream to prove that, that I do in fact have that, but I'm using this just for the sake of not touching the iPad with my knuckle or whatever. Okay, let's continue. We'll put that straight down, just so that way it's implied that he is in fact leaning on. And because that image kind of ends right there, we're gonna try and match that. I don't want to try and improvise the rest of what we're not seeing. Oh. So far so good. So far so good. I like it. Okay. So now, before we switch to that other layer, we're gonna drop the opacity on this one. We'll go just about halfway. Now we're gonna start getting to the nitty gritty. So there's back side of his jaw. That's about where his chin is. Then it lifts up on that side. There we go. So those crosshairs are kind of just out where I actually want to put everything. Maybe his nose is gonna be there. Yeah. And that crease, that big old crease that he's got in his cheek. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that looks. And his ear, gonna match around to his brow line or eye line. However, some folks learn it a little bit differently. Top of the ear does this really cool thing where you can see I'm trying to match it. It matches kind of like the top and the bottom of the ear go to the bottom of the nose, and then like the brow line. So those are good guidelines for drawing people, like faces. Look at those thick ass eyebrows, big old caterpillars. But it's iconic. That's what he was. That's his image. That's how you knew he was known. That, and then he's like one of the many impressions that most people want to do. Yes, this is Delta. All right, let's see. So there's that brow, and this one is this one kind of creeps right there. We're just gonna place these. We're probably gonna move these later. Boop, boop, boop. Round out that forehead to meet his hairline. Just kind of guesstimating where everything is at right now. A little bit later, then I'll slowly start to realize, oh, that needs to go 4 feet to the right. But yes, to talk more Sean Connery, this can be half a lesson, and of course the majority is celebrating the life that he led on the screen. What a magnificent actor to have portrayed Bond, and to have gone on to do so many other things. Of that, I'm sure I need to update myself on, because there's so many films that I'm sure he did that I have not seen. But I love him. I absolutely love him as James Bond. I absolutely love him as James Bond. As I said before, Pierce Brosnan. The only reason why Pierce Brosnan is my favorite is because he was the first one that I saw on screen. I watched GoldenEye first, and that is also why that is my favorite, not only Bond, but favorite movie. But yeah. That's what all I have to say about that. We gotta get that. Oh, I guess we can. How do I want to do this? What if shrink this down? Because I just noticed we gotta get his hair in. We're moving a little bit too up to the top. And if I move this down with it, shrink it, just so I can get the general placement of the body still. There we go. Plenty of room for hair. I like it. And it goes straight up from the ear. Slims out going over the corner of the head. And then swooshes up pretty high. Pretty high. Not too high. I don't think it goes that high. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. For now. Oh, then we get a couple. Just a little bit. We'll exaggerate it here on the drawing, of course. I want to make him look good. Bond worthy. Not that it's very much that I have to do. Ooh. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Squinty eyes. There's one. Oh, let's redo that. I want to keep some of that. I want to get rid of too much. Oh, there we go. But yeah, this is the best way I knew how to express my artistic ability in celebrating and remembering Sean Connery, just because I loved his accent, I loved his acting, and all that jazz. Feel free absolutely to leave in the comments your favorite Sean Connery moment, your favorite installment. There's plenty that I have to watch. There's plenty that I know. Oops, I'm drawing the wrong layer. There's plenty that I know other people love him other than James Bond. This just happens to be my favorite. Not bad, not bad. We're gonna hide the majority of that eye with some shadow anyways. It's not gonna look so huge. Every once in a while you'll see me pull back like that. That's just to make sure that everything is proportionate. Still makes sense. Starting to create that nose shape now. Kind of see the tip of the nose first before you see that other nostril that's furthest away. It's kind of whoop, whoop. More on a glove, I'm still pressing other thing. There we go. We're gonna sneak that nostril in. Oh, that might be a little bit too big. Yeah. Shrink that up just a touch. That's a good placeholder. If I need to fix it, I'll fix it later. Then he's got pretty prominent nostrils. The trills of the nos. Let's see. That's his eye. I don't make him too big. There we go. And they kind of thin out. They kind of thin out on the outside of the nostril. And the cheek crease going into the mouth. No, it's a bit shorter. Stands a little higher than that too, I think. Yeah. Got a very, very curious emotion here. Wondering what is that? Is that a squirrel? Okay. Let's clean this up just a little bit. Not bad. Looking good. Looking good so far. We can raise that ear up after looking at the placement of that ear. Let's raise it up just a little bit. Trying to keep an eye on my chat. Anthony, too cool, man. It's gonna look so dope. I want a print of the Fleming one. My dad might too. We might want a print of this one too. Hey, I'd be more than happy to. Absolutely. Thank you for joining on the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Depending on how long those comments are, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I will react as best as I can. But thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so let's continue that jawline down from the oreja, Spanish for ear, I think, right? I don't know. And then it kind of gets light there, so we're gonna let our minds assume that line, that jawline, but we're gonna carry up and pick it back up. Oh, right here, right there. Yeah. See, yeah. Ooh, I'm loving how this neck is turning out. Oh, we can make it thinner though. Sean Connery in his younger years, like the rest of us. It's very thin, very tall, very lanky. That'll do good. Looks thick now, but once I get those shadows, that's where it's really gonna make it pop. Give him a strong jaw like he had. That'll do. I don't want to focus too long on one area. Okay, let's go back up here. Let's see. What can we work on? Everything. We can work on everything. Let's fix this eye. It doesn't exactly do that. So let's fix that up. No. There we go. Get out of here. Get out of here, YouTube notifications. I don't want you right now. Okay. Got a little bit of a shadow right there on that lower eyelid. So I'm gonna try and replicate. It looks dark right now because we haven't given him a color tone to his skin yet. By the way, this is, if you were expecting this to be in color, this most likely will not be right now. But if you are interested, possibly getting a copy of this yourself, I am more than happy to create one in color of my interpretive Sean Connery. Yeah, the way I like to draw, I like to get, like I said in the beginning, if you were here for when I started creating that sketch of placement and everything, I like to get the base first, that kind of skeletal structure first, slap on general ideas of where everything looks to be depending on what I'm drawing, and then I'll get into the details using shadows first, because then I can fill in the, I don't know, the creases, if you will, along where I create those shadows. It's easier for me. More prominently as an artist when I was younger, I would draw in black and white. Because it was comforting and easy to see the values than it was color. It was quicker because I had to focus on matching the color to what it was that I was seeing. Then to find out growing up, colorblind, but not as severely as those may think. Like this, I'm pretty sure I see this relatively similarly. Oh, a bunch of it is coming up because of my blue screen that I'm using behind me. But it looks cool anyways. Check that out. It's like I'm drinking out of a transparent glass. I still see colors relatively similarly, even without my colorblind glasses, compared to everybody else. The same, more or less. It's just I mix up, depending on the lighting, like your yellows and greens, blues and purples, colors that are like. If you want to learn more about the specific color blindness that I have, mine is called deuteranopia, DEU something something something. And there's a ton of things to learn about that I didn't even know about. It's really neat. It's really nifty. Alright, so now we're going to move down to that mouth. Oh, might be a little bit too wide. Let's see. A little bit higher, though. Definitely higher. Yeah, I think we can work with it right there. Sure. Then get that shadow underneath that lip. Because this right here, this is the mouth crease, not the top of the lip. This is where the lips meet. At least that's what I'm trying to replicate. There we go. That's a little bit more interpretive of that. Not bad. We're getting there, slowly but surely. That light source seems to be coming from our left side. Oh, you know what? Let's do something a little bit risky, shall we? Let's move this eye. I'm noticing it might be a little bit too close to the bridge of the nose. Let's move that up here. Let's draw a general shape just to get that placement. How does that look? That looks better. That looks a little bit better. Let's see if I can focus this camera in just a little bit more. Ooh. Hey, hey, hey. Got a little bit better. All right. Wanted to take out the arch for that eyebrow. Kind of lifted. It made him look more worried than he was curious about whatever. with that eye placement, it kind of moved the nose. And I think once I move the nose, I have to move the mouth again. I don't know, what do you think? Actually, you know what? I like the way that nose looks. Let's do something a little bit different. Hide that. Duplicate that. Hide that. Erase everything on this layer but the nose. And then we'll just move the nose. I don't know why I'm detailing when I gotta get rid of that too. Oh. Turn the rest of it on. Then I gotta go here and I gotta erase the nose. Oh, shoot. There we go. Now we just manipulate the nose. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Make it a little bit higher. A bit wider. That's better. That's tons better. Yeah, I like it right there. And then I think we're gonna do the same technique with that mouth. We're gonna move the mouth up just a little bit. So first we're gonna merge that down. So we have one layer then, but then we're gonna duplicate. Just do the same thing we just did. But instead of the nose, we're gonna be moving the mouth. Nope. There we go. Then we select that layer. Erase. Oh, hang on. Before I erase that. Okay, so I left that. I think it's called the fulcrum. That space above your mouth in the middle. I know there's a technical term for that. I think that's what it is, but I don't know. I don't know human anatomy. I don't know face anatomy. Oh, did I need to get rid of that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Now we have the mouth isolated. Now let's go ahead and transform it. Maybe, perhaps a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. Let's move it up. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Oh, yes. I have to adjust that fulcrum a little bit. How does that look? How does that look? From right here, from this angle. I'm digging it. Okay, I like it. I like that placement. And you know what? Actually, where it sits, let's go ahead and merge that back down. Let's go ahead and switch back over here. I think we can hide that with the shadow. Because there's shadow in the image being cast just under his nose. So we're going to interpretively match it. Add some shadow to kind of separate where our light source is actually hitting, which is this whole area right here. There's a couple of shadows in there, but we'll capture those slightly differently. Okay, now that I'm married to that placement of that eye within myself, I mean, I could change it, but I really like the placement where you're gonna set it in stone. Yeah. Yeah, those big old brown eyes that ladies could just fall for. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Gotta take a sippy sip. Let's see, what other movies was Sean Connery? Oh, you know what? I think his last movie that he did was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen before he retired. I think that was. Somebody can fact check me on that. I absolutely love that movie too. That was magnificent. The whole bullet, gunshot, shooter scene when he's teaching so-and-so, and then when he uses it at the end. Magnificent. Magnifique. Alright, let's show some depth to this nose, shall we? Because after all, it doesn't just go flat against. It goes under and then it reaches the cheek. So let's see. How are we going to represent that? A bit of shadow. Yeah. A little bit of flesh. Assumed in that placement. Here we go. We got some depth of a nose there now. Yay. And the cheekbone. Outline the cheekbone just a little bit to show that he's got very prominent ones. There we go. It's all coming together. We'll give him, I guess we'll give him a lower eyelid. I mean, people don't usually use those lower eyelids, but we'll give him one. I think I put it too low though. Let's refine that just a little bit more. This one more or less cuts off the iris. Then it just loses all detail, right? Yeah, it loses all detail. You know what? We'll give it some detail. We'll back up just a touch. Put that there because I like that. Yeah. And then it kind of puffs out just underneath. Not that much. There we go. Nope. Come on, work with me. There we go. We're going to take out some detail from the top of that eye just to shrink it a little bit. And we'll add that shadow right back in there. It'll be like I never touched it. Oh, gee. That looks funny. Alright, let's fill this in just a little bit more, then we'll match it on this eye. How's that? How's that? How's that? Looking better. Looking tons better. I'll fill in his hair so it doesn't look like he's got white hair this whole time. I'll put more detail into it later. I love how this Apple Pencil mimics that of how you would use an actual pencil, in that I'm holding this pencil at an angle so you'd get more surface area with the tip of a regular pencil, and it mimics that pretty darn well. And then if I of course change it vertically, you'll get a nice smoother, crisper line. That really helps for moments like this where you're trying to just cover an area for whatever reason. Oh, I'm on the eraser. You know, we'll thin this out. It's not that thick. You have thick eyebrows, but not that thick. And it kind of trails off a little bit longer. That'll do. There we go. Okay. Let's come back to his face. I I like focusing on an area for a certain amount of time, and then I'll move away from it for the sake of seeing it differently when I revisit it. Alrighty, so we're gonna actually create another layer that's gonna go underneath the head, because if you think about it, the way I like to think about it, if I make the suit a separate layer, when I'm drawing, in this case, Sean Connery, I can then manipulate it differently, and how his head sits on the suit. And because the suit, if you're looking at it, to me, the way I like to see it is made up of geometric shapes. So like the collar, the lapel, the square shoulders, well, the triangular collar, the triangular lapel, and then like the tie itself is made up of like a triangle at the top and then a rectangle, all those shapes just blocking it in. So let's go ahead and replicate that. So we have our layer selected, and let's jump right to it. So straight line there, and then right pretty much just before the suit touches his neck, that's where the collar just comes straight down. So that's where we want the line to be. Let's just say that's gonna fall right there. Yeah, what say you? I think that looks good. Maybe coming at a slightly steeper angle. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this perfect, but I do want to make it look and resemble him. Let's just have fun with it. Because he seemed like a fun guy. I never had the privilege of actually meeting Sean Connery. There's been a couple of celebrities that I have had the privilege of meeting. And I would have loved to have met all the Bonds. You know, every I'm sure fan's dream would have been, oh yeah, I would love to get something signed or however. But unfortunately he passed before I got the chance to. And surprisingly enough, Roger Moore passed first, I believe it was. And I would love to have met him too. So now we're gonna match, because the dress shirt is a fabrication. We're gonna try and match these corners, at least the length, and because in this perspective of this image that I've chosen, it's more or less that. So we're gonna try and make those the same, if not similar lengths. Yeah. Pull back. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, so let's get down to the tie. Comes in right about there, and then it leaves right about there. It's kind of offset just a little bit. And we'll interpret that it's right about there. And now to look at to kind of match where the tie would end when it tucks into his suit jacket. We look at kind of judge by the placement of where we put our elbow. It's just after that. So there, a little bit lower. We'll say it's right there. And that also gives us a point where to meet the jacket down to the center of his stomach. So let's go ahead and utilize, I think this has straight, a ruler tool. So why not? I'll use my left hand for this. Align those 2 points up just for a general location. I think it should be fine. Bam. Do the same thing for the other side. I'll use this hand for it, because more or less they'll meet. That looks good. Yeah, right there. Boop, boop. Pull back. Oh, beautimous. I love the way that looks. All right, well, let's continue with that tie. So it kind of flares back out just a touch. And bam. Shoots straight down. This one hides a little bit sooner than this one does, due to gravity and physics and such. Okay, So this piece of fabric folds over. So we're gonna exaggerate that so that way, one, I know, and don't forget that, and two, just make it look cool. Make it look more than a picture. Make it look like a drawing. I brought that out a little bit too far. Shirt collars don't do that. They're typically pretty snug up against that neck. This one kind of just meets and disappears. Yeah, I like that. So let's refine this shoulder. That was just for more, so less a guideline. Kind of slopes up, and then it continues straight. Ooh. There we go. And it kind of comes back up just for the padding in the suit. We'll exaggerate that a little bit too. We're gonna change this angle. Looked nice before, but after reevaluating, change that up just a touch. I want to match that shirt collar, because that's kind of what it does in the image. Goes just over that. Buenissimo. Let me just get rid of that. And voila. There we have the placement for the suit jacket. And then we'll just interpret where these lapels will cut. Boop. Boop. How does that look? Good. Jump over to the other side. Draw that in. Oop. I want to turn the iPad, but I can turn the image. The magic of an iPad. Alright, so I drew his shoulder right about there, so we'll just draw a straight line. Beeline it right there. Okay. Alright, alright. Kind of gesture where that's gonna go. And it gets real dark because it kind of lifts up right about there, which I'll change. I'll change later, or not. I don't know. Kind of like the way that looks actually. We'll color in that tie too while we're at it. Make like his hair and just fill in the void of blackness. For those of you who continue to trickle in and trickle out, whatever, leave your favorite Sean Connery moment or movie down in the comments. I'd love to read and kind of reiterate what I was stating from the beginning of this stream. Just read all of your favorite moments, all your favorite things about what you remember about this actor. But if you just come to enjoy a cool drawing sesh, feel absolutely free to stick around. And follow Crimson Line Gameplays everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter, sure. That's brand spanking new. My main places that I stream or that I publish videos to are YouTube, first and foremost. And then Twitch, twitch.tv/Crimson Line Gameplays. And then now Facebook. Facebook, I think, is going to be really exciting to do some stuff and upload. Even live stream some gameplays. I just started a playlist on YouTube doing some origami, some dollar bill origami. So if you're into that, come follow. If you'd like to see something different, I would absolutely love suggestions. there's a certain thing you want me, maybe like a react video, more drawing, I would love to do more drawing. But you let me know. I'm more than happy to. Alright, let's see. I'd say this sketch, we're getting really close. Like I said, I'm not going to do a full-fledged portrait work. It's just going to be a sketch. I just wanted to have a cool night with some viewers. Enjoy a little drawing slash kind of see if I still got some skills. And celebrate of a great actor. Celebrate the life of a great actor that we lost. And I think those of you who were able to join, those of you who trickled in, and those of you who view later, I absolutely appreciate it, and always will. All right, let's work on this arm. Kind of shape that out. Get the crease in for the padding. I've always loved in a suit, because I play. If you know me, if you're a viewer who knows me for me in the real world, so to speak, I absolutely love me a good suit. And some of the parts that I absolutely love are the way the shoulders kind of lay on top of your shoulders. And the way these creases, they kind of taper in and then they shoot down. In this case, not that much. Not that slim. He was a slim guy, but not that slim. Kind of come out like that. Then we got some creases going on right there. Interpret shadow. Create that. Yeah, we'll zoom in. Round out that elbow. Kind of just place everything for right now. The way fabric folds can be so complicated. It kind of just does its own thing. Some people can capture that so well. So very well. Me, I just... couple scribbles, couple shreds of shadow. Done. There's the fabric or face crease. Whichever one we're drawing in this case. This sleeve. Alright. I'm gonna go into the base sketch and erase this because I don't want to get in the way of the hand I'm about to do a partial of. I'll draw the knuckle line. Oh, not with an eraser we won't. Draw the knuckle line. Right there is gonna be the middle finger, index. We don't see very much of it, so I can just interpret. Good looking index and middle finger, not even the full finger. That's alright. I could do a full-fledged time if I wanted to, but I don't feel like it. Not right now. Not today. Oh, and he's holding a pair of glasses. Okay. Alright. Put in the knuckle. We'll end that knuckle right there instead. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for joining. I greatly appreciate it. Go do what you gotta do, man. Alrighty, let's see. I think the hand's actually a little bit too small. So, no, we can redraw that. That'll be fine. So, after looking at the sleeve, I think I want to make this a little bit slimmer. Yeah. Right there, and then we'll actually cut off the sleeve a little bit sooner to make that more steep because it's more angled towards us. There we go. That's better. That foreshortening can be troublesome. I like to separate depth using shadows. Sometimes I do it well, sometimes I don't. Depends on what kind of day I'm having. In this instance, maybe we can hide it with the hand. So right now, let's see there. Let's pull back. Let's give some texture to that suit a little bit. I think we can actually close this off a little bit sooner. Because his bicep isn't that big. There we go. That's looking better. A lot better. All right. Now we can start drawing that hand. Draw general placement first before I get too invested. How's that size? That size is good. And the finger continues. It's holding the glasses. More or less interpreting those other fingers because we cannot see them. Oh, there we go. I want to clean up all those sketchy lines. Oh yeah. Just because the sleeve doesn't necessarily do that. And then we'll just add that shadow back in there. No problemo. Get out of here. That's mucho bettero. Spanish for much better. Alrighty. Solidify the placement. Mainly these two fingers. The other ones really don't matter too much. Just add some shadow to imply that the rest of the hand does in fact exist. Oh, that little bit of shadow, I'm not gonna lie, that did something. That toyed with my heartstrings a little bit. I love it. Oh, you know what? I'm liking it. Verily so. Alright, let's see. Placement. Oh, I just realized the placement of the glasses. That right there is a little bit far because in the image it's actually right about there. Ooh, we have ourselves something a little bit interesting. So we can here's a couple of options we got here. Maybe we can adjust the arm that we've created. We can adjust the lapel. But in this instance, I think what I'm going to do, it'll be a little bit tricky, but we're going to try it. We're going to hide the face. We are going to duplicate, hide that version. We're going to try something. A little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. We're going to get rid of all this material. Right? Oh. Is that, okay, yeah. Get rid of all that. Get rid of all this shadow. Yeah. Okay. Then on this, oops. Get rid of the arm. And the hand. We're going to transform it. So let's see. What can we do? I think we can rotate it. There we go. Rotate it. Make it bigger. Because I like the way the overall looks, I want to make it just to the picture. Make it a little bit bigger. It's not bad. That's not bad. If you rotated it back just a touch. Oh no, that's back to where it was. Work with me. Bigger. Shoulder. Hey. I like that. Nick likey. And then this overlap is all we're seeing is just from the other layer. I can get rid of that. But mainly what I'm trying to do is just, because I can erase that and match the angle. That's no problem. I just want to get the hand at least close to that so it makes sense. So I like that. Seems to make sense. I think it does. We're gonna keep it. Yep. So now, okay, so select that. Now we just erase. How big is this eraser? Everything inside the arm. Just like that. Do I want to do that? No, I'll leave it like that. Perfect. I like it. See, if I had done this on paper, wouldn't have been the same. Not at all. Alright, so let's merge those. Turn the face back on. Check that out. I like it. So now, let's see if we can draw that a little bit closer. So this gets real close to the lapel. Curls back. And then comes straight down into his finger. Something like that. I think that a steeper angle though. Let's try that. And then erase the whole thing. Yeah. There we go. How's that? How's that look? I like it. And the other, that makes sense to his head. Curls up, comes down. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Erase that. Yes, that's right. I'm going to do this technique for just that. Find that. Oops. Erase all of this. Everything except for the arm on the glasses. Actually, what would you call that? What would you call this part? Bridge? Arm? Put down in the comments if you see this video later. What is that called? Okay, we've isolated that. Turn that back on. Transform. Flip horizontal. Turn that puppy. Now we can just place it. How does it look best? Right about there? It's a little bit lower. Turn that back. Go back. Go back. I think right there will be good. Yep. Merge that down. And solidify its place. I like it. Nice. Now, let's go ahead and draw on his other arm. We are almost there, peeps. We are almost there. This kind of just comes down right there. Nothing too crazy about that side. Oh, and then his pocket. Oh, there's a little bit more room. what I've got. Yeah. Let's fix that. Let's see if we can fix that a little bit. See, his pocket kind of bisects where that is. That little kerchief right about the. Oh. Nope. I'm trying to zoom. Okay. Yeah, I think we can extend that shoulder placement just a touch. Because if that suit crease is right there, how's that look? Not bad. I like it. This more or less kind of goes straight, then tapers out just just like the tiniest bit. Then of course we use shadow. We use some shading to imply that there is dimension to his suit jacket. Although I'm probably going to have to go heavier just because I have to color the whole suit gray to separate his skin tone from his suit. We'll get to that. We will get to that in due time. I think there's more of an angle. It's not an angle. It needs to go straight with the suit. I gave the kerchief a little bit too much angle. So let's just redo that with the suit. Oh no. That'll do. That'll do. I like that. That makes me happy. Okay. Now the arm goes kind of straight down, just because that's what it looks like that's holding him up. So we'll just imply some suit creases, give him a lifted shoulder to show the pad. No, we won't. We won't do that. His jacket doesn't do that. Not nearly as much. Yeah, we'll round out this side too. I like the look, but in this case, we'll respect the image. Kind of just rounds off right where it creases. And his shoulder doesn't have that much of a dip. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's pull it back. Okay, finding a bit of an issue, but that's okay because we can overcome it. Shoulders, one is longer than the other. How are we gonna overcome that? I will show you. The technique that I've been using all night. Hide the head. Erase everything else. Looks like I'm starting over from scratch over and over again, huh? Oh no, I went too far. I want to keep that kerchief. Erase all of this. All of that. And erase. Oh. Did I keep? Okay, so I got rid of the glasses. Then we take that shoulder, we inch it to where we think it looks better. Might have to do something else with that kerchief. And right there, actually, that's close. That is close. I like that. It's not bad. Have to do some improvisational skills with our kerchief, but that's okay. Erase that. Keep a little bit because I like the angle. There we go. That's too much. There we go. Maybe? Oh, we can actually extend that. I didn't realize. We can actually get this closer to his armpit. And then this more or less kind of just almost meets where that pocket opening is. Sweet. Let's turn that head back on. We can actually get rid of the skeleton now. Just to kind of clean up our layers a little bit more. But now let's draw on that elbow and then let's color in his suit. We're looking good. A little bit of a bulge, more or less, just come straight back down. Crease. Crease. Shading. Crease, where I'm assuming his arm kind of bends. Is that arm too big? I think that arm might be too big. Let's customize his arm a little bit. We're gonna bring it in just a touch. Yeah. That'll do. A little bit of a modification, but in this instance, I think it works just fine. Ooh. Let's go back up to the face. I think there's some shadows that I can apply here now that I couldn't before because of the suit that I wanted to do. A small shadow along where this meets, because even though there isn't really a prominent one in the image, I like to do it just to kind of show a hint of separation and lighting. Makes it a little bit more interesting. There we go. Make this one a little bit more deep. Give him a, I think we had created that bag under his eye over there. Let's go ahead and match that. A little bit right there, make him look a little bit older. And then we continue to add more shading. Give him some eyelashes. I think he had some. I think he had some eyelashes. We're gonna presume that he had eyelashes. It gets so dark right there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and match that right over here. The shadow actually comes all the way down to his collar. I didn't realize that. I did not realize that, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And match that darkness. And do that. Actually, we'll actually do that everywhere else now where we see how dark it really gets. We'll just get true black. Whoa, that was... Okay, that's better. Oh, I just realized, I think his forehead actually comes down a little bit. Let me get over here to this side. There we go. When in doubt, add more shading. Some features that I absolutely love on the face. The skull, where it meets the top of the brow, then how it comes down and then it rounds out that cheekbone. Kind of this shape right here. I absolutely love that. Then it just meets the jaw, and the jaw is a whole other story. Jaws are so fun to draw, so fun to look at. I've neglected your chin. I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Not too shabby. We'll fix it here. I don't like how it comes up so high right there. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and color in this suit. And then I think we will be good. Doing this on a larger scale, actually, I really like it because then it's easier to kind of grab like a last minute highlight and kind of lift up on the pencil. And then give depth and shadow where I see fit. Like right here in the sides. Just to kind of show and retain that dimension around his rib cage in the suit. Perfect. And then we won't leave this completely white. We'll add some shadows implying folds that we see in the image. Allow it to get dark underneath the collar because it's casting a very, very sharp shadow because it's right next to the thing that it's casting a shadow to. Yeah, I think we can make these a little bit darker. Let's see if I can match this one as best as I can. Not bad. I like that. Alrighty, I think we are ready to merge this down. Make this one full complete drawing, transform. And there we have it. A little side-by-side, an interpretive sketch of Sir Sean Connery. I think between this and this one that I started earlier. So I think I have this one as a thumbnail for this video. Let me make it larger so you can see it. This one definitely, without a doubt, is closer to like a Sean Connery-esque. But this one, I just wanted to do something a little bit fun during the stream, kind of just show a more interpretive way of sketching out, showing the bare bones process with it, while having fun and honoring Sir Sean Connery. But that's it. That is the end of this live stream. Thank you so very much to those of you who were able to make it and join me on this little small adventure in remembering him and stating your favorite movies. I absolutely loved it. If you like this video, if you like stuff like this, please remember to follow, Crimson Line Gameplays on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. It would be greatly appreciated. And just leave suggestions, leave likes, comments. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, reinstate that. But this is Crimson Line Gameplays signing off. Until next time.